A.T. Kearney's recent survey on the top 30 online retail destinations in the world saw India nowhere. What came as an even bigger shock was that countries like Russia, Chile and even Argentina managed to land a spot among the top 30. But India, despite seeing a large influx of investments, stood nowhere in the global scheme of things. Raksha Bihani and Chandni Kamble diced the report and spoke to a host of online retailers to get a sense of what's going wrong with the supposed sunrise sector.
Timely delivery, great prices, cash on delivery or online itself speaks as much for convenience as one could ask for. But even though these drivers have worked wonders for e-commerce the world, India seems to be having difficulties reining this giant creature. Digest this, A.T. Kearney's latest global retail e-commerce survey that listed the 30 most attractive countries for online retail saw India nowhere. China topped the list, but what was even more shocking was emerging countries such as Brazil, Argentina, Russia, and even smaller countries such as Chile and Venezuela managing to score a spot in the top 30. One wonders why this e-commerce boom hasn't been able to work its charm in India despite its huge consumer market.
We really don't have great businesses with great unique business plans which have been funded, with foresight. We have copy-paste businesses. It's 100,000 problems out there which are real to us, which we want to solve, that nobody has solved yet. What we're simply trying to solve is problems that somebody else has solved in a different market. We have a different environment out here. You can't solve, you can't put a Chinese model and an American model in India and expect it to work. We are very, very different from either of those places.
The two key reasons why India doesn't feature in the top 30 right now is really the current dollar value of online retail sales is quite low by any standards. And the second is just simply because of the penetration of online retail within the overall retail universe.
In this day and age, customer experience is the pivot around which every entrepreneur's success revolves. Although online shopping brings with it the convenience factor, online retail has to still perfect itself in terms of customer experience. Initiating customer acceptance in itself is an issue the industry is left grappling with, mainly because of the Indian mentality of touch and feel. Moreover, cautious usage of credit cards for online transactions, low internet penetration, and even slower technology adoption are added challenges within the country. Hence, ensuring world-class customer experience is key, as only that can drive further sampling and repeat users.
The internet penetration is hardly 24%, but at the same time, we don't know how many people are actually using internet for the online transactions. The estimates come to about 0.1% of the entire retail sector. Another thing, as I mentioned, is the banking sector penetration. Banking sector penetration in India is hardly 30% of the entire population has access to the banks, and people view banking sector in India as a safe deposit or for lending purpose, not yet per se for the commercial use or for the online shopping as such.
A large proportion of orders actually come from tier 2, tier 3 cities or very, very small cities. In our case, close to 50% of our orders and revenue come from these small cities. There are huge number of infrastructural issues in terms of just reaching out to these customers. Every day we find some new geography, some new really small town which is not even covered by any of the companies, any of the logistics company, courier companies. But there are people who are coming online from these small towns, small kasbahs, etc. And they're wanting to shop online, but just because there is no infrastructural support, no reach over there, we are not able to deliver in such kind of geographies.
The driver is not significant enough. The amount of price reduction that online players are offering right now is not really as lucrative to the customer who's there online, right? While we were running price comparison services at Coolcart, we frequently used to face problems with retailers who did not want to get listed because their prices were not competitive, and that includes the top retailers in India. So there was a clear sort of lack of focus on the customer, right? Because the larger players do advertise price as one of their selling points, and they're still not price competitive even within the small e-commerce market.
As against Western countries, India suffers from infrastructural and logistical handicaps such as inadequate transport facilities for interior parts of the country. Whether it is sourcing products from vendors across cities for some, or maintaining huge inventories in bigger cities for others, both invariably lead to supply chain bottlenecks.
There's no real one player that's able to reach out across all parts of the country and deliver packages reliably and on time, right? And even if there is someone who does that, the cost is prohibitively expensive. So that's a problem we faced throughout the time that we were there. We were either paying up to as much as 30% of every transaction on fulfillment, and 20 to 30% of the time we were facing issues where packages were not reaching on time or they were not reaching at all.
You ship a product from point A to point B, and I mean, given the quality of roads and the jumps that the trucks or the vehicles will take, your products end up breaking. Add to that the lack of investment in material handling equipment, right? What you want is when I'm just giving you some flavor so that to give you a sense, when a truck comes into a warehouse, right, the product movement has to be absolutely seamless, right? And that can only happen when you have high quality infrastructure for material handling. And nobody in the country yet has made those investments, much of which has happened in let's say in the US or in Europe.
The Indian government plays the most important factor in the flourishing of e-commerce retail. Convoluted layers within the structure of indirect taxes and restrictions on FDI in retail get in the way of the online retailer operating within rigid norms. The value-added tax differential from one state to another affects the supply chain and more often than not leads to extra VAT charges paid at every level of the chain.
Being a global company that Groupon is, I think we are in the middle of that. The biggest one that impacts e-commerce in general is the FDI regulation. As a internationally or as a foreign-owned entity, you cannot execute e-commerce in the country, which is why you would only have eBay and Groupon as the marketplace models internationally, and now Amazon has started. That is a big deterrent because one does not allow the best international players coming in with the best practices of customer service, assortment, and technology coming into India, and it also limits the capability of Indian players seeking international capital or foreign capital.
If all of this was unified into a single indirect tax regime, which is obviously being called GST, which is Goods and Services Tax, your VAT is integrated, your CST is integrated, your withholding tax is integrated, your service taxes are integrated, and as a country we were able to have a unified single indirect tax regime. That'll just make it so much easier and seamless and frankly fantastic for any online retailer.
For me, online shopping is a boon in this bustling world. It's convenient, at my fingertips, at my own pace. And what is more is that unlike other countries, I do not even have to pay in advance. It's actually been a while since I have physically visited a store myself. So in many ways I can call myself an e-commerce fanatic. But my friend Chandni here, despite having had the same exposure and being equally tech-savvy, just hasn't bought into the proposition yet.
That's right, Raksha. I still prefer to get out there and go to a mall. Not only is it therapeutic, retail therapy and all that, I cannot fathom how you can buy something that you haven't touched and felt. I mean, I enjoy lugging all these bags home because at least I'm confident I've made the right choices. But are you?
And this is exactly why the online retail industry in India will find it so hard to make its mark. Apart from the numerous operational issues, the Indian mindset in itself is so fixated on the way it does its shopping that the going for these retailers only promises to get tougher.